These fighters are saying Floyd hating, Floyd hating, Floyd hating. Last time I checked, hating on what? On what?
Meaning he is greater at his skill of boxing than Stephen Hawking was at science.
Okay.
I
can live with that, but I don't know if I would call him the greatest fighter of all time. First of all, Terence Crawford is the best fighter on the planet. Pound for pound, he's that dude. In this four-belt era, he is now the undisputed world champion.
These fights have Floyd looking upset again. He keeps showing the same dislike again and again. But for what reason? What is he even hating on? If people say he is highly skilled in boxing and stronger in his craft than Stephen Hawking was in science, then fine, I can accept that. Still, I would not call him the greatest fighter ever. Right now, Terence Crawford is the top fighter in the world. Pound for pound, he is that man. In this four-belt era, he stands as the undisputed world champion.
Was undefeated for the last half of his career with one hand. He constantly broke his hand.
Yeah.
He would go into a ring knowing he had no shot at knocking somebody out because his hands were hurt too much. And literally walked in the ring and said, I'm going to embarrass you and humiliate you by showing the world you can't hit.
Floyd Mayweather did not stay silent after hearing Stephen A. Smith say that Terence Crawford is a better fighter than him. Smith also made it clear how great Floyd's career truly was. He explained that Mayweather dealt with serious hand issues for a large part of his career, which lowered his natural punching power and made knockouts harder to get. Even with that problem, Floyd stayed undefeated and proved he could outthink and outmove every opponent. Smith said this shows Floyd's brilliance because even without relying on pure power, he still managed to control every fight.
Avoiding everybody calling it a pick'em fight.
Okay.
I'm telling you right now, it could go either way, but I'm going to go with Crawford.
Smith also noted that even though Floyd Mayweather is clearly one of the greatest fighters ever with unmatched defense, sharp speed, and a brilliant ring IQ, he still would not call him the #1 of all time. He explained that the discussion about the best fighter in history includes many legends. Sugar Ray Leonard, Thomas Hearns, Marvin Hagler, Aaron Pryor, Alexis Arguello, and Salvador Sanchez all deserve to be part of that debate. In Smith's view, Mayweather deserves huge respect, but he is not the only name that should be placed at the very top.
He is greater at his skill of boxing than Stephen Hawking was at science.
Okay.
I
can live with that, but I don't know if I would call him the greatest fighter of all time. First of all, Floyd Mayweather is one of the greatest ever. He's a brilliant defensive fighter. His speed, his boxing savvy, he's just a savant. But I gotta look at the Sugar Ray Leonards of the world. I watch Sugar Ray, I watch Pepino Cuevas, I watch Thomas the Hitman Hearns, Hagler, Mugabe, all of these cats. Aaron Pryor, Alexis Arguello, Salvador Sanchez before he died. But I come up with that.
Smith stressed that Terence Crawford is the face of boxing today. He is the fighter who represents the sport right now. Smith said Crawford is not only the best active fighter, but also the pound-for-pound #1 of this era. No one else holds that spot. He pointed out that Crawford's rise to become the undisputed champion in the four-belt era was historic. It set him apart from everyone else and secured his place at the top of the boxing world.
Terence Crawford is the best fighter on the planet. Pound for pound, he's that dude. In this four-belt era, he is now the undisputed world champion.
Boozy Ennis agreed and said Crawford belongs in the same discussion as legends like Floyd Mayweather and Sugar Ray Leonard. Ennis explained that Crawford is great because he never avoided tough opponents. He faced every major fighter in his divisions and beat them all clearly. For Ennis, this history of taking on every challenge and winning proves why Crawford is already seen as one of the all-time greats in boxing.
With the Floyds, the Ray Leonards, right there with them all. You know what I mean? They come here and fight for everybody. Nobody. He done fought whoever was in front of him, who was in that weight at that time, and he beat everybody. He's great. Simple.
Tim Bradley completely agreed and said Crawford would have beaten Mayweather if they had fought in their primes. He explained his view, pointing to Crawford's wide range of skills, his ability to switch between orthodox and southpaw, and his precise accuracy. Bradley noted that Mayweather has often struggled against sharp counterpunchers, citing fights where he had to adjust against southpaws or fast opponents. He argued that Crawford not only has the counterpunching ability, but also the versatility to keep Floyd off balance throughout a fight. In Bradley's opinion, Crawford's size, stance switching, and aggression would be too much even for a prime Mayweather.
Yeah, Floyd Mayweather's a GOAT. Oh, absolutely. But Terence Crawford will whoop his ass. He would beat Floyd Mayweather. I'm telling you right now, he will beat Floyd Mayweather too. He will beat him too. He got everything it takes to beat Floyd. Floyd struggled in the first half against Zab Judah. Zab Judah, a damn terrific fighter. Terrific fighter, but he ain't no damn Terence Crawford. Especially from the southpaw position. Floyd didn't like fighting southpaws. Floyd reached with that right hand. You think he's gonna reach against one of the best back foot counterpunchers in the game? He gonna reach with that right hand against Crawford? He gonna get slept reaching with that back hand the way he.
Brian Bomac McIntyre, Crawford's trainer, supported that view, reminding fans that when talking about the greatest fighters, names like Ray Robinson and Jack Dempsey always appear. He insisted that Terence Crawford deserves to be mentioned with them. McIntyre made it clear that Crawford's accomplishments have earned him a place among boxing's all-time greats, not just as a current champion, but as a lasting part of the sport's history.
Like that, is it difficult because in your eras? I'll say when you say name the best fighters ever in the history of boxing, you're gonna have to say Ray Robinson. You're gonna have to say Jack Dempsey. Then you gotta say Terence Crawford. He's up there. He's definitely up there.
Paulie Malignaggi did not hold back when comparing Floyd Mayweather and Terence Crawford. He noted that Mayweather spent his prime facing top champions and strong opponents, mentioning Miguel Cotto and a young determined Canelo Alvarez as examples. In his view, Crawford has not yet faced competition at that level, making a direct comparison unfair. Still, Paulie admitted that if they had met at their absolute best, a prime Mayweather versus Crawford would have been one of the greatest fights ever, a battle worthy of standing alongside the legendary matchups of Sugar Ray Leonard and Sugar Ray Robinson.
Pretty tough 154-pounders, and it was in a young Canelo and a very tough Cotto who was punching very hard from 40 to 54. You know, remember Cotto had knocked out Delvin Rodriguez at 54. He'd still done some damage at 54, and I thought
won a title at 60.
Yeah, and I thought he knocked out Martinez at 60, and I thought he gave Mayweather a pretty good fight at 54. I don't know. I can't say I disagree or agree. I just think that Mayweather, because it's so far away, so long ago, you know, and people sort of start to underestimate the things he did. You know, people talk about Canelo takes his repertoire from the Mayweather repertoire. No, he doesn't. Mayweather fought ex-champions. This guy's fighting guys who will never even may never smell a belt in their life, and he was fighting them. So. You know, Mayweather, even if you're saying, he didn't fight the very best, he still fought champions and ex-champions, even at 47, even at 54. So, I don't know, man. The comparison, listen, Crawford, Mayweather would have been an amazing fight in their prime. Just like you insert Ray Leonard in there, just like you insert Ray Robinson in there. What a round robin that would have been. It's never going to happen.
Zab Judah shared his view on the debate, pointing out that when Canelo Alvarez said Crawford was better than Mayweather, it was not an exaggeration. Judah explained that Canelo's opinion matters because he is one of the few fighters who faced both. Having fought Floyd earlier in his career and later facing Crawford, Canelo speaks from real experience. According to Judah, his comparison should not be ignored since he truly knows the challenges both fighters bring.
I said that Crawford's better than Mayweather. What do you think?
He's not lying. He fought him. He should know. How can somebody tell somebody that fought both of these guys, he know. Yeah. If anybody would know, Canelo would.
Ryan Clark praised Floyd Mayweather highly, calling him the top fighter of his era. He explained that Floyd did more than just win fights. He outclassed opponents with flawless technique, fast reflexes, and unmatched mental strength. For Clark, Mayweather was the ultimate example of dominance in the 2000s, showing skill and control during a period full of great champions.
Bud is extremely skilled, right? Yet not as skilled as Floyd Mayweather. Floyd Mayweather made people look foolish, right? And so if I had to say who's the greatest I've seen, and Bud said it right, the best of an era and the best of an era, it's Floyd. But when I watched Bud against Canelo, there was this extreme skill on display, and there was a level of crazy that's different. there was a level of, and Floyd's extremely tough. Go back to Shane Mosley and the 2 punches he landed early in the fight and the way that he embarrassed him. I'm not saying that Floyd's not tough, Floyd's not a bad man, but there was domination in.
He then focused on Terence Crawford, saying that Crawford has earned his own place among the greats. By beating fighters like Errol Spence and Canelo Alvarez convincingly, Crawford has shown both his skill and bravery. Clark emphasized that these victories prove Crawford is not just talented, he is fearless in facing the best, leaving a lasting impact on boxing history.
There's no fear in him in the way that he's attacked, gaining notoriety. Bud's been the baddest man for 12 years, but no one gave him credit because he didn't go tell you he was the baddest man. He didn't market that. He just went out and fought and beat people and knocked people out. So he had to move up and take the bigger fights and the better fights. And he was Errol Spence. We realized just how great he was. Canelo cemented him on what is the two-headed monster that marks the greatest of the 2000s. Floyd Mayweather is on that, and Bud Crawford is right next to him. I don't think we have to pick on who's better. I think they both dominated.
Jeff Mayweather, Floyd's uncle and trainer, gave a more balanced view, recalling Floyd's famous fight against a young Canelo Alvarez. He acknowledged that while Floyd clearly won on the scorecards, the fight also highlighted Canelo's early potential rather than total dominance. Jeff explained that Canelo was still young, learning, and growing as a fighter. Floyd, already at the peak of his experience and ring IQ, was able to fully capitalize. According to Jeff, the fight showed Floyd's skill while also demonstrating how timing matters in boxing, as he faced Canelo before the younger fighter had fully matured.
Canelo at that time was a razor-thin decision. Floyd won, majority decision. C.J. Ross had it with what a lot of people had as a draw. And then the other two judges scored it for Floyd, of course. And that was a Floyd at the top of his game with a very green Canelo with very little experience, and he took him, into deep waters. So
what was Canelo? What, 20-something? 20 what? 23, 25?
Yeah, he was. Very, very young.
Errol Spence Jr. shared his thoughts on why Mayweather is one of boxing's all-time greats. He highlighted Floyd's exceptional ring IQ and legendary skills, saying they set him apart from almost everyone else. In Spence's view, Floyd could control every part of a fight, both mentally and physically, which cemented his place in history. He added that while fans can only speculate on a fight between Mayweather and Crawford, Floyd's mental sharpness and psychological edge would have been a key factor.
Floyd is different. I feel like he's the best fighter. I don't know about all time. He might be the best fighter all time. If not, he's close, 2-3, yeah. And not by far. So it's just it's a little bit different things that Floyd does. And Floyd was a lot older when I sparred him, and it's just certain things that he does that that's real tricky. Like the guy we get in the clinch, he was like squeezing my nose, and so I couldn't breathe and stuff like that. So it's just certain things that he do in there. It's just veteran stuff, just veteran all-time type stuff he was doing there.
Like Floyd would beat Crawford, would you think? I know that's just a fantasy matchup.
Man, I don't know.
I'm reaching,
I don't get into all that. Yeah. I don't know who went out, Sugar Ray Robinson and Floyd. I don't know.
But Floyd was the best work, just like mental games, everything.
Oh yeah, mentally, by far, I feel like he's the best. He's the best man.
Robert Garcia shared his view, placing Crawford in the wider context of boxing greatness. He said Crawford's achievement of becoming undisputed world champion is historic and deserves full credit. However, if asked to pick in a prime-for-prime matchup, Garcia admitted he would favor Floyd Mayweather or even Manny Pacquiao, who he feels had the advantage in overall competition and toughness in their eras. Still, he stressed that Crawford has earned his place among the all-time greats because of the legacy he has already created.
He became undisputed. He's a 5-division champion, but never became undisputed. Never really followed that unification, stuff like that. So I think when it comes to accomplishments, I think he's already done more. In a fight, I probably still pick Mayweather. Both in the prime, I would probably pick Mayweather to win. Just like I would probably pick Pacquiao to win, both in the prime.
Ooh, to beat Crawford.
Yeah, I think so.
Prime for
I don't
prime?
know,
Nice.
yeah. But is Crawford one of the greatest of all time? It's 100%.
Shane Mosley compared Terence Crawford to one of the few fighters who troubled Floyd Mayweather, Jose Luis Castillo. He explained that Crawford's power, long reach, stance switching, and constant pressure could give Floyd similar challenges. Mosley pointed out that while Mayweather's defense is legendary, Crawford's relentless attack and versatility might have put him in a very difficult fight. In his view, Crawford would be one of the rare fighters able to truly push Mayweather out of his comfort zone.
I see that can kind of like equate to, and this I think Crawford would have the edge is Castillo, when Castillo fought Mayweather the first time. And fights like that, Mayweather has problems with Crawford. Because Crawford hits hard, Crawford's very strong like I am. He has all the same long arms, like I said, southpaw right-handed, and he's coming to get you. He don't care about the Philly defense style, whatever style he don't care about that. He's trying to get you. And he's gonna make sure the combination is gonna be hit. So you have to either hurt Crawford and get some respect or something. But he's gonna be.
All right, everyone. Stay updated with the latest boxing news, highlights, events, and stories. Subscribe to Glove Lords and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Don't forget to check out our other videos as well. Until next time, take care and stay safe.